Good evening, welcome to WooTube. My name's Baran Woo, and if you're currently watching on the Twitch stream, is it working? Because I don't know what. Last week, someone very kindly, I think Cursor, pointed out that Twitch was not picking up, like it was just a blank screen. And now that I've just checked it, yeah, it's just a black screen, isn't it? I'm worried that I've messed about with some of my settings, which I'm gonna. Oh man, this is definitely not a good idea to try and do anything here midstream, but I changed some of my settings so that hopefully it works a little better for Nats. Yeah, Cinderin, I don't know what's happening. I think it happened last week, and yeah, it seems like Twitch it gets the sound but no video. I've also got a warning coming up in the bottom corner of OBS. That can't be good. If I change stuff in OBS while I'm midstream, like how badly is this going to go for me? I would assume quite badly, right? But it's not loving it right now. Never change anything. Change is bad. Yeah. It's probably a very bad idea for me to screw about with this too much. Let's just hope that it's all fine. And I guess if you're watching on Twitch, I mean you're not, you're just listening on Twitch right now, probably. Yeah, it's very, very Arizona. Cold Lava is apparently listening in on Twitch, because that's where they're chatting. But yeah, I don't know how to sort that. I am a bit, yeah. We're gonna see. This could be an interesting stream. It could all go horrendously wrong, which is like incredibly on brand. Encoding overloaded. That's really bad. That can't be good. That can't be a good thing. I'm gonna like start like dropping out. Let's try changing the video bitrate. That like, or will let's try changing this. Applying this could go very badly. Tell me if I just completely disappear for a sec. Let's see if that does anything. Has that done anything? Yeah, it still doesn't like those settings. Fine. What we might just do, I'm gonna close these programs, and just see what happens. Hey Galar. If you get good table audio for the UK Nat stream, feed it to the commentators if you can. It was very awkward at Worlds sometimes when they couldn't hear the players. So the only issue with that is how the commentators would actually be able to hear that. On the Sunday when there's a chance that there's like an additional person, then maybe they can be listening into the table audio, but we can't really play it into the commentary room because then it would be picked up on the mic, and I don't really want to feed it into headphones because that can throw off commentators. But I know what you're saying. Like maybe there's a way that I can do it so that it can be pulled up at certain points. I can pull audio from the table because I can use the microphone on this camera, which seems to pick things up okay. And yeah, Kakasklab, I've pressed a bunch of buttons extra hard, and maybe that will work. We shall see. The whole stream doesn't seem to have like dropped out yet, so maybe we're okay. We'll find out. It'll be fun. Hey Fix, very good to see you. How's everyone doing? Is everyone like fully in the like post Worlds but pre UK Nats, which I hear they're calling Worlds 2, kind of downtime / excitement? I know quite a few people are getting quite hyped for UK Nats now. It is not very far away, like 2 weekends. It's not this coming weekend, it is the weekend after. So yeah, I'm sure, I know that like it's definitely over 100 tickets which have been sold. I think it's probably likely to hit the maximum, which is like 130. And I don't know the exact day when the tickets actually cut off in terms of selling. So I think it's probably the Thursday. It's either like the Wednesday or the Thursday before, but there will be like a cutoff. And then I guess like maybe there'll still be tickets available on the door, but that will somewhat depend on what's left. So probably get a ticket, and then if you come to UK Nats, then come and say hi, especially if I've not met you before and you happen to watch my streams, or especially if you're ever in the chat. And but just be aware, as like Andre will often inform you, you will probably recognize me. I may not recognize you. Even if I've met you before, I may not recognize you. I've got a very bad memory. So come and say hi. Probably not when I'm like running around with 5 cables in my hand looking stressed because the stream's gone down, but at any other time, I would be most happy to have you come and say hello. And if you don't make the cut and you want to come and join the stream commentary for the Sunday, I will be opening like I'll have like a sign up sheet or something like that. If you want to come and commentate on a round or two, then I'm sure we can fit some additional people in to come and do commentary on Sunday. But I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good fun and nothing's gonna go wrong. Couple of cool deck lists came out this week. Obviously, deck list of the week. I'm sure you've seen this. This is Jai's Asa deck. It's a good deck. I really like the one Christian grid, especially Christian grid in Asa seems really, really good. It's like, especially when you can bring it back with like 3 ablatives, and just sometimes bringing back the Chrysium is the best thing you can do, and that's like really disgusting. So I really like this deck. Iron Fox has published his Fast Advance BTL. I was playing a version of this at the J&K last weekend. It's very, very fun. And this is a really good write-up actually from Ruben on like the history of Swift Lat, because Swift Lat has been a thing That's kind of it's not like been bubbling away on the in the underbelly as much because it's been very much in the overbelly, kind of, if you like. But basically, if you are from or around the Belgium meta, then you're like Swift is very specifically like Belgium and surrounding areas, surrounding countries thing, where you can be pretty sure that you're going to be facing either Swift Lat or Swift Sable, and you're going to get like deep dived, deep divin. So Swift Lat has been doing the rounds for a while, and Ruben and Alpi and people like that have been playing him again. Syndrin, they never had Swift Lat in our meta, but then again, our meta has soccer. Yeah, I mean, if like soccer's in your meta, then it's like it's got to be a bit of a. In fact, haven't you got like you've got a really competitive meta, if I'm not mistaken, Syndrin. Like your locals meta is just like basically a Shark Tank. I might be mistaken there, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. But this is a really good write-up, and particularly interesting is like Ruben's contacted a lot of people who are playing Swift Lat or has pulled this out of their other write-ups. Like, and it's got a really good kind of discussing on cards which were and weren't included in various different things. Vancouver is full of sharks. Last 3 world champs from here. Yeah, world champ territory. Sounds like a fun place to come over for a casual. Like, how do your casual meetups go? Like, is it like, hey, I bought this fun jank. Oh, I lost it in turn 3. Or do they bring something more? Because like I know soccer doesn't just play like. I mean, he plays like incredibly good decks, but he's plays some quite interesting stuff. Like he'll not he doesn't like to like settle on right. BTL Glacier is the best deck. I'm going to only play this. You know, we've seen him, play off with Ag Infusion and Asa and even a Taya. So I'd imagine he brings some like cool stuff along if he's just coming to a casual. I'd hope so anyway. I'm just going to bring my world's decks and stomp you down, peasants. That's not what soccer's like at all. We all know that. He knows I'm joking. Okay, so today, at some point today, I'll get a message from Dane, and we'll deviate off into some Eternal just for a short period of time because I've got an Eternal League game. But in the meantime, I wanted to play this deck on stream because it's one that I've been kind of playing about with for a while, and it's very fitting because it's coming up to UK Nats, and UK Nats loves 2 things. They love R+. Oh, they love R+, especially Prison. Well, they love Prison decks anyway, but like Prison R+, and they love 419. Like UK Nats loves like good stuff Crim, and obviously I'm not going to play like good stuff Crim, but this is a deck which I've been kind of jamming a bit online, and it feels really mean. Today in Eternal, when it comes up, I'm going to be playing Geist. I think, unless I pivot last minute, but I think I'm probably going to be playing Geist, and I'm going to be playing Blue Sun. The Blue Sun deck is mainly so that I can play Cloud Eater and like Reset Load, even though it's now like the Cloud Eater doesn't generally come out because unfortunately beyond res they just take the tags and it's kind of fine. Hello Matt, good to see you. But yeah, so this is a deck which I have kind of been playing about with, And it's based around the fact that the crew is a very, very good card. Probably one of the strongest runner cards, which isn't called Trick Shot, but came out in RWR. And the crew does two things. It trashes ice and it lowers the strength of ice. And a lot of the time, the one thing that's focused on is just the trashing ice, but we're going to focus on both these things. One of the things that's really, really good with the crew is Leech. And Leech is really, really good in decks which run Amakua. And Amakua, coincidentally, is also really good with the crew. Because if we get one counter on Amakua, then we can get through, say, a drafter, for instance. Because we can just take a tag, and then we can clear the tag later. That's fine. I miss our Trash Panda friend, Geist. Yeah, Geist is a lot of fun. So these three cards, Amakua, Leech, and Crew, all work really, really well together. And so it kind of makes sense that this whole package would work in 419, because 419 really, obviously, Amakua is 419's breaker. If you're not familiar with Amakua, it says when you expose a card or access cards and do not steal or trash any of them, place one virus counter on Amakua, and it gains strength compared to virus counters. And then the reason this works well with 419 is that 419 says you must either expose a card when you install it or pay a credit. So you can pay the credit tax, and if you don't do that, then our Amakua turtle is going to get another counter. It's going to become stronger. So all of these cards work very well. Amakua, Leech, Crew, and then the other thing that's really nice with ice destruction decks is that when we destroy the ice, the corp kind of has to put more ice there, and that's working well with the whole idea of 419 giving that credit tax, because we're forcing them to install more ice, because we're either breaking it or we're just kind of null and voiding it pretty much. And then the other card that works really well with Crew is, as people well know now, Devil Charm. This is pretty fantastic with the Crew. This kind of means that we can just delete a piece of ice. We don't even need our Leech counters. We can just delete, oh, it's a 6 strength piece of ice. Oh, it's not anymore. It's gone. So this deals with the big stuff. But also, in a pinch, Devil Charm is just really good with Amakua. Sometimes we can just go I'm just going to make your ice 0 strength, and I can't delete it. I don't have a Crew right now, but I can just then break it with Amakua, and that's fine. Yes, game of drawings. There are new buttons. In fact, there's quite a few cool new features of JNAT, which I know MBK has been involved in kind of pushing through. So you can see the memory cost of stuff, which you press this little button. Hopefully that's on, I'm not covering that up with my face. I don't think I am. Can you see that? I can't see if you can see that. Yes, it's kind of behind the chat there a bit, but you can see that this brings up the MU cost, which is kind of a pretty useful little thing, especially if you're building in JNAT. And then show credit cost, also pretty useful, I think, particularly if you're an OB player. Matt, would the back be a potential include into deck like this? Yes, 100%. In fact, I originally made this deck as a deck which used the back, and I played about 10 games with it, and then I cut the back. Because it can get back the Crew, it can get back the boomerangs. I originally had some no free lunches in here which it could get back. I think I had a few other, it could get back the revolver as well. And just the games weren't long enough. I never needed it. I never needed the recursion which the back gave me. So you're totally on my wavelength. It's definitely a good idea, but games are not fast enough right now for the back to matter. Whenever I drew it, I either installed it and didn't need or want to pop it, or I just would shuffle it away because it's not what I needed right then. And I've actually tended to find that this is enough. You only need to destroy a few pieces of ice like particularly the big ones. You like destroy the big ones. Everything else like Turtle deals with, like all the like little one strength. You might get rid of Tattoo Bowlers just because like in certain corps, Tattoo Bowler is like incredibly good in terms of econ, and everything we're trying to do is to stop the econ, right? So the rest of this deck, it's playing some breakers. We generally don't really need to install them very much, but just as a backup, Koga did suggest that we could try going breakerless, but I think we possibly get locked out if that happens. We do have boomerangs to start like our engine up again, but I'm too scared to do that. So we've got like Cat's Cradle, which is perfectly fine. It's like good with the whole idea of costing the court more money. We're never going to break anything big with this. If they're running like big 6 strength code gates, then we're just going to eat them with a crew. Kurapira, perfectly fine. And Revolver is probably all we need in terms of like a killer. It's like there as a backup. Any big sentries, like if someone reses like an archer into us, then we just eat it. It's fine. Cold Lava says, yeah, Labor Rights is probably the first cut from my Anarch crew decks. It's nice when I need it, but in so many matches it's a dead card. Yeah. I mean, Labor Rights is like bonkers good, and if we could play like some recursion, then that would be good, but the back just feels very slow and just feels like we don't need it. And then other than that, so we have a win con. We have a single copy of Wake. That's our only win. Oh, and a Dockler's Pass, sorry. And a Dockler's Pass, but we're just going to play like Control Runner and keep the Court Paw and win off singles and occasional multi-access. We're playing 3 copies of Hermes because Hermes in 419 seems really, really gross. And this, like, our whole thing is like kind of just slowing down the corp. We just want to slow them down enough for us to like be setting up a like unstoppable Amakua where they need to purge every turn, or we just get in. And then the rest of it, we've got Bravado's really good. We've got free career fairs because I'm a big fan of career fair, and we've got lots of resources which we can install with them. Maybe this should be 2. Like we are at 46 cards. This is probably the cut. It's like one of these career fairs, to be quite fair. Dirty Laundries, diversion of funds because we're 4-9. Falsified credentials I really like, especially at the moment. Like knowing where to run is pretty useful, and obviously this gets a turtle counter, all of that kind of stuff. We got a mutual favor, single pinhole threading, and free shore gambles. And then like boomerangs as well to get in, and the usual kind of set of resources. And 46 cards has felt okay. I should definitely cut 1, not gonna. And we'll just go with it. Yeah. Let's just double check that I haven't got a message from Dane before we start. No, cool. There is also another feature, actually, while I've got this up here. So you can now... Oh, that's not good. You can now do open deck lists. So this is a cool feature where if you start a game with open deck lists, your runner can see your deck list. You can see theirs. There's a little button down in the corner. You also, I wondered if Turtle would jump in here. You also have the option to like show your hand to the corp at, I think, just at the end. Yeah, it's a really fun little feature. I like it a lot. And like obviously particularly useful for like cut games in online tournaments. This seems like I'd love to have an Earthrise Hotel here. That would be perfect with this hand, but I think this is a pretty strong keep. I've got like early turtle We've got a bones to trash stuff. So this feels kind of good enough. Like, yeah, we'd love to have some card draw, but we're going to be clicking to draw a lot. Okay, greasing the palm. We've got the diversion of funds respect. Makes sense. The amount of times I do this. Chrysium. Yeah. Show me that Chrysium. Oh, okay. Skunk works. That's fine. That means it's not on the remote. So we could go and get these two. The question is, do we career fair out the bones and go and get these two? Or we gamble bones. Thing is, I want to get the turtle down as well. Because I definitely want the turtle for next turn. I'm going to have to do this gamble if I want to get the turtle down, I think. Either that or we Bravado HQ. If it's a drafter, how bad is that for us? Yeah, it's definitely there to tax Doof, but that's fine, I think. Oh, it's so tempted to use this career fair. I think we are gonna. Like, not getting full career fair value feels bad, but it's okay. Yeah, we'll trash a spin doctor. As much as I potentially shouldn't. This is second spin? Cohort. We get rid of that. Bravado first, maybe. I mean, now we're like a little bit more susceptible to drafters, which is a shame. But I think that's fine. I think we can potentially save this Bravado. Because, like, if they res the skunk, then we're probably bouncing. Like, we're definitely bouncing there. Hey, Warlock. Yeah, we'll expose this ice. They play a credit. Okay, here we might Bravado. Let's draw to see what we get. Ah, maybe we should have kept the should have kept it. Show me. Okay, that's like the maximum punish. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Interesting. Adding the archives and installing the cohort. I guess they show us the cohort. Okay, they had a piece of ice for it. There's a chance that we do we know what server 4 is? Trankgrid, that has to go. I mean, if we barrel into another drafter here, then that's really unfortunate. So I think it's just get these two down. Like, there's a chance that putting the turtle down first was correct, so that we'd at least get the Wow, second spin. I didn't want to do that because of Hagen, actually. I have remembered. Okay, so we assume this is like Jukebox Asa style. Although I don't know if they were on greasings. Were they on greasings? The like jukebox ones? Can't remember. It might just be like classic Tuno cohort Asa, for all I know. But this is okay. We're going to draw into some crews and we're going to go and chew up their ice and spit it out. We're on a single greasing. Okay. Makes sense. Let's see what we've got. They protect it. Because there is also a chance that we should have run HQ and tried to trash this skunk works. Okay. I mean, this is a good draw. So that's nice. We might challenge server 5. It's potentially very bad. I mean, most things are quite bad. We could run a few times and then run it. Let's check this server. Is it actually, is this just going to be the other spin? Oh, it is the other spin. I think we don't trash this. Ooh. Okay, do we think server 3 is a Rashida? And it's actually too late for us to gain enough turtle counters if it is. The intro. Okay, so they've shuffled back the tranquility. Now I'm very much more tempted to run server 5. I just didn't want them to get back the tranquility for nothing. That's gonna go. We'll check R&D. I'm gonna draw the audacity. That's kind of scary. At least one spins out. One's in the bin. Okay, Hermes is great early. Hopefully this isn't scoreable. And if it is, hopefully it just puts them really back in terms of tempo. Just realised that I'm doing all of this with my trackpad when... Oh, damn it. This Hermes, it's one too late. But they've got to kind of hope they've got a... They better have a fully op here to recover somehow. Galehard saying it's a hell of a keep, as in it's a good keep, I assume, right? Oh, you've got to pay. We surely get this one. It's a Rashida. Okay, that's good. We can just go and get that. Oh, they do have fully op. Okay. Well, that happens. Hopefully we draw like a dirty laundry. We didn't. We drew a falsified, though. We sort of want this boomerang, but I think we're going to falsify the Rashida, then go and get the Rashida. Oh, we've got a boomerang in hand. I completely missed that. We'll say asset and we'll say this is a Rashida. Just because I actually need the money right now. So now we can go and get it. Assuming they don't res a virus. Trash that. Then we could go and deal with server 5. let's just check the top of R&D. Sick. What do we bounce here? I think we bounce this. Normally it would be ice, but if that's a Rashida or a cohort, I don't want them getting the value off it. I can be quite rude at times. Oh, I'm not typing in the box there. Okay, I'm actually feeling like in a fairly comfortable place. The skunk works on HQ is annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like very slightly upsetting, but it also means that the skunk works isn't on a server. Hey, Weeble, how you doing tonight? Yeah, we're Hermes Gaming. We're also we're playing crew in 419 because we're criminals, and criminals hang out in crews, right? Okay. Ooh. Do we think that this is a virus? Certainly looks like one. Right. Oh, we've got another bravado. I think we shuffle away the Docklands for now. So we can go like Boomerang, Bravado. Maybe using this Boomerang here is a mistake. But they definitely feel safe. Yeah, also like they feel safe here, so I kind of feel like this might be a gatekeeper. Or they have exactly a virus here. Definitely something's up in this server. We wanna... No, we have drawn already, haven't we? So we've got a class act. Okay. We get some money. It's a Trank Grid. I really want and possibly need to trash that, but if this is anything else, I think I'm going to trash it. I can still trash exactly a Rashida. Oh, we're so good at this game. We'll rip a Ikawa off the top here. Ooh, Spin Doctor. Do we trash the final Spin Doctor? I think we do. And then I'm gonna draw. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, we're like nicely set up to challenge any server with these two. The only annoying thing that's we're gonna run into is ablatives at some point, I assume. I don't know actually. Was Jukebox on ablative? And if not, why not? It must have been, right? It must have been. I need to play more with that deck. It's kind of busto. Yes, please. Okay, they pay. So we can put these two down, and then we can challenge this server. Possibly just let's draw one for apparently a crew. Do we career fair out the crew? Doesn't feel great, but we kind of need that money now. So we could go this, install this, run server free. If it happens to be a virus, then we get through. We are gonna just pay for this because we can. Wage workers. No, we can't afford to trash that right now. The nice thing is if they eventually will draw into a doof, and currently like HQ is not safe. Yeah, they're gonna get a Jeeves campaign. Snare? They're not on Snare. Right? Yeah, we'll expose. Thanks for asking. Ooh, they paid 1. So what's this? Just a virus out in the open? That's an interesting install, isn't it? It's got to be just like an open virus. Let's rip an agenda off the top. We have to kind of leave that for now. I guess I should have gone and looked at this first. Oh, it's the powers that be. Yeah, you can't have that. And then we're drawn. That's really interesting that it didn't go into server 5. So that means that they still want to put other stuff in server 5, right? Because otherwise you'd just put it in here for fully op value if nothing else. I guess it's safer against bravado, but all bravados are out. I mean, HQ's got to be pretty flooded by now. They've gone through half their deck. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, so that's the Skunk Works. So what we could do here, so that's Skunk Works with an MCA. Okay, rude. So we could run this to force the Skunk res. And then bounce and go HQ. Let's draw for... Yeah, Dirty Laundry is... I wish I had that career fair now. I think I need the money at this point. We'll run server 8. Because I think now the res for Skunk works. Yeah. And then we'll end the run. And then we could Dirty Laundry HQ. But then they can res this Skunk works to deny us the money. But so we're just gonna go HQ the honest way. Because they can't res this now. There's a seamless in there. We could trash this now. If we want to. I'm gonna not. So maybe we Dirty Laundry first click. Next turn. We could Dirty Laundry first click, and then we can definitely deal with the ice and the Skunk Works and still get our Dirty Laundry if they res both. Or we pressure R&D with the Dirty Laundry. And if we rip an agenda, then we can run HQ. Okay. Don't mind if I do. What was it? It was a Vitruvius. Wow. Well, running HQ seems a lot worse right now. Um, that's wild. What are we bouncing here? Is it the skunk works? Is it the ice? I guess it's the ice because we can run and trash this skunk works next turn on HQ. But we can do that whether the ice is there or not. Thinking. I think I don't want them to have the skunk works back. So we'll get rid of this for now. Because now we also get to see what it is, which is quite nice. Now they can't res it, so we could afford to draw once. I mean, that's the only useful card there. Now we can go HQ. It was a pulse on HQ. Not particularly great. We could run archives, but I would assume maybe there's a virus there. Let's lock the top of R&D. There's another MCA. And we'll draw another card. We've got a doof. That's kind of good, although they are very low on money. Oh, wage workers helps. Oh, well, this is like very nice time for us to just doof then. I think I'm happy to do that. Like, I guess we should do this and then go and trash the wage workers. Really. It costs a lot, though. We could delete it. I think it's not worth it. Unfortunately, the only money card in our hand is rather dependent on them installing something. And we're now below gamble territory, and we don't have any dirty laundries. Yeah, that could have been an error. Wow, that's wild. They pop the MCA to take the credits because they need it. I mean, they do have another MCA. I assume they install that. Like they don't really care about this turtle anymore, so they might as well just install and res it on the skunk works, right? We got to be careful we don't accidentally lose this one. It's very possible. We were kind of in a good place. Fuchan the drafter, yeah, I just don't like. Maybe we should have done that before. I mean, that would have been like a serious value MCA if I'd left the wage workers around, because they'd have had a like 9-click turn or something. Okay, piece of ice coming back here. We see it as a pulse. It costs 3 to res. So we can pressure that. Let's draw for... Doof is probably the best of these two, I would assume. We'll run R&D just to see the top. I guess we steal that. We bounce this. We're now like at a point where we actually just need to click for credits before we can even interact, though. That's annoying. If they don't put the pulse back, then we can do for money. Yeah, sure. They just let us see this, I'm sure. Res it and click it. Seems alright. Do we do for 2 credits? I think we don't, as much as it's genuinely tempting. Yeah, I guess I will steal Ikawa. We could draw, but like genuinely, there's nothing that we can draw into here that's any good. We got no dirty laundries. We have the one econ card that we can play. I'm not against clicking for credits. I'm just like, it's a bit depressing that it's like all that we really have. Like, there's no point in us running centrals because there's 2 Ikawas, right? Is there a chance that we just accidentally lose to like an MCA? They need like 5 credits, right? At least. They don't have Audacity anymore. If they didn't have Rebirth to Steve, yeah. Oh, that's what we want to do right now. Yeah, we'll expose that. Sure, why not? Okay, we might do them for 3 credits. Because right now we lose to them having money. And right now there's not an ice on HQ. MCA into Ikawa is real, but only if they can afford MCA into Ikawa. Right? They need money to be able to do that. So I think we just keep them as poor as possible. And we try and draw our wake implant in the meantime. Okay, sure, gamble is great for next turn. So yeah, I think this turn we go like doof for 3 credits. Next turn we can go gamble into run. Uh-oh. So do they go like, they could install 3 things, take a credit, play a big fully op. Maybe we should have kept the doof. Like if they go install credit blop. Wow. Wow. It's not on top of the skunkworks though. That's interesting. Do we know what this ice is that's protecting it? I don't know if we do. But we kind of assume it might well be an ablative. We don't need the mutual favor. We are not going to install any other icebreaker for the rest of the game. I can be pretty sure of that. So if this is ablative, how bad is it for us? They get back like a Rashida or something. The irony is that this drafter is probably going to be the only ice they res the entire game. Like, this is what this kind of breaker suite does. Dig centrals, yeah, I would really love to draw either a wake implant or I think I have to go and get this now. I've got to go and get this MCA. So we could draw one. What does pulse say? No, the pulse is in front of Managarm, isn't it? So let's draw one. Pinhole is a card. I think I keep the pinhole here. I think we run now so that we can deal with whatever they ablative back, because I'm sure they ablative something here. Or this is a tattoo bowler. If it's a tattoo bowler, we kill it. That's fine. Yeah, it's ablative. Oh, we should have done it with an extra click, because then we could have falsified. Actually, what they don't bring back a Rashida here. That's like they should bring back a Tranquilus. Oh, that's actually quite good. Yeah, this is actually annoying to break. Um, is there any chance that we run and get rid of this Rashida instead? It'll cost us 6, or we pinhole and get the Rashida. Or we do both. So we go kill the MCA and then we pinhole the Rashida. But I think we can just leave the MCA for next turn. Like, doesn't feel great, but like I can't let them have this. They might have to pop this MCA off to take credits, which is very funny. The only issue is like leaving 2 things in remotes is not good, because it gives them more fully op value. So I guess going and getting rid of this MCA, like we might not need the money right now. I don't know. I'm unsure if I'm going to have to challenge this Skunkworks remote or not. We have one more diversion. We've got one gamble. We've used all our career fairs. We have one last falsified. We don't have much money left in the deck. Like, it's this casts, which I think is probably too slow. And that could be it. It's that and a gamble and a doof. And this falsified. Now, I'm not trusting the MCA yet, Axu. I possibly should have just done both, because I think this turn I'm going to have to go and get it. And clicks are valuable right now. Like, I wonder if there's a chance that that Turtok should have got a spin doctor back there. I was just saying the same. I kind of need to deal with this Skunkworks, I think, before they get a chance to put something else on it. We've seen one ablative. How many more ablatives can there be? The answer is 2. Is there a chance there's an agenda in the bin? Maybe. I don't really want to run it and potentially purge. Do you feel like this deck overcomes the general criminal late game issues? What do they do here? Credit greasing. Wow. What do you tattoo, eh? Well, we're gonna go and trash that bad boy. What do you count as the criminal late game issues? Because kind of, like, as in, if you just ice up everywhere. Still haven't gone and trashed this ablative. No, purge isn't a concern at all, really, I guess. That's true. So we should check it. Let's just win off R&D first, because that's like the easier way to win, isn't it? We're just, oh, that's the drafter. So now I actually have to go and trash this MCA because I haven't got a way of forcing them to res this tattoo. I guess we run HQ once first, because if they do res it, then we might be able to just not do anything about it. So we could trash. I think it's just going to stay there for now. And then, can they win next turn? No, right? They'd need to do a lot to win next turn. They could score out like a Vitruvius from hand. Is that good for them if they do? Not particularly. But it does clear one out of hand. Bit late for show. Was Hippo considered instead of Crew? Not here, Diogene. Hippo would be only ever able to spend 2 to do 2 of them, and they don't work with like Crew has other benefits, like it can lower the strength, and it works with Leech, and all of that works together as an engine. If we were playing like Q Loop as, then Hippo's pretty sick there. I think I need some money. Like, are we gonna go like 2 turns? Is this daily cast gonna be worth it? We'll find out. I have a funny feeling it's not gonna be, which means it's probably a mistake putting it down. And most important, oh, they're popping it off. Have we misjudged this? Have we misjudged this? The other thing, Diogene, is that Hippo is only good if you can break stuff, and the thing about the whole Crew thing is that you don't have to break stuff. Like, if we can already break stuff, then we're good anyway. Okay, fine. We'll put this, which we know is a pulse, back in hand. You should hear when he talks about platypuses behind closed doors. I'm not sure what that means, Aksu. Right, I think now it's either win off. So we could go HQ. This was probably... there might have been 2 in there. Let's check R&D first. Top of R&D. Steal a send a message and win. GG. Sorry. Classic Crim issues. No real WinCom plan. You need to learn to read more than just the latest message. Oh, what have I missed? There was no mention of platypuses. Was there? Like, maybe I'm... Oh, Bar is known hater of amphibious animals. Okay. Interesting. Am I? I mean, if I've been rude to aquatic... Wait, what did you say? Did you say aquatic? Oh, amphibious. I was going to say if I've been rude to amphibious animals, then it's not on purpose. But that's not quite correct, is it? I think if I don't push the luminal very early on, Hadrish users... For sure. I like these kind of games. No one having any money is better Netrunner. It's an amphibious animal. Yes, yeah. I get... Is it? Is it? Is a platypus amphibious? I thought it was a mammal. I'm pretty sure it's a mammal. I mean, I know it's a weird one. It like lays eggs and it's got poisonous teats or something weird. But I'm pretty sure, or is it a marsupial? Either way, I don't think it's amphibious. I don't know. Feeling very powerful is also cool, but often only one person was. Yeah. Thanks for the game. Right, so two things that I need to check. I need to check if Dane's messaged me, and they have. Yeah, but amphibious like to me means an amphibian, right? Is a platypus amphibious? Oh crap. Who don't believe this? This is Encyclopedia Britannica. Who's ever heard of that as a yeah, you see, like Wikipedia says it's semi-aquatic, not amphibious. But yeah, it's not an amphibian though. That's what I was reading that. Anyway, semi-aquatic. Yeah. There we go. Listen to Wikipedia, not Britannica. You don't know what amphibious actually means. I mean, it means like heart. So an amphibian is a type of animal that lives out of water, but lays its eggs in water. That's what an amphibian is. It's essentially what reptiles came from. So amphibians like were born from fish or evolved from fish, but still laid their eggs in the sea and they turned into tadpoles and things like that. And then reptiles managed to make eggs which had embryonic fluid which acted as the water, so they could lay their eggs on land, and that's why reptiles eventually took over the land and became dinosaurs. Yeah. Thought amphibious is like Tesco meal deal, where it does both. It's a weird hairy duck. It is kind of a weird hairy duck. If you're not familiar with a platypus, I mean, do people not like? I don't know. Like some people might not know what a platypus is. It's a weird creature. It's this thing. It was like they're from Australia and the Australasian sort of part of the world. And they're a mammal, but they lay eggs, which is a thing that mammals don't do, and yet they're still a mammal. And they've got two little poisonous barbs in their mouth or something like that. They like can release like toxins, and they've got a duck bill, and they were like when they were first brought back, or when someone brought like a stuffed one back from Australia, everyone just assumed it was fake. It was just so weird. It was like it's fake. It's just the males are venomous. Oh, nice. Defo top 5 animals of all time. I mean, yeah, it's like up there. I mean, you would say that, Axu, because is it essentially what a quagsire is, right? Is this where you were going with the whole thing? Was this a quagsire thing? It's a sodding quagsire thing, isn't it? Piss and tits. I get a lot of info from QI. Absolutely. I don't know if I got that specific piece from QI, but yeah, I do enjoy QI. Especially Cinderin, do you listen to No Such Thing as a Fish, which is the like it's the podcast done by the like people who put together the facts for QI. It's very worth listening to. It's very, very funny. Whooper is better than Quagsire. Are you not a quack? You're not a Whooper though. You're not a Whooper. You're Quagsire. You're not Whooper in any of your stuff. Who doesn't get their info from QI? Exactly. I'm pretty sure Encyclopedia Britannica get their info from QI. It's the best and most informative. Yeah, Cinderin, check it out. No Such Thing as a Fish. They've been going for like a long time, not quite as long as QI have been going, but it's like one of my favorite things to listen to. They do like live shows every now and then. I had a stint where I couldn't sleep due to indigestion and would just watch QI to try and get to sleep. You see, I have to watch stuff or listen to stuff to go to sleep, but I would genuinely find QI a bit too funny and amusing. Also, how do you like? Surely you're like nearly asleep, and then Alan comes in with a question that's like wrong and gets a klaxon, and you get like the wow, wow. Does that not wake you up immediately? It seems like an occasionally less than calming show, but still, like whatever works for you. I currently watch Cracking the Cryptic, who do Sudoku puzzles to go to sleep, which is really good because I get like halfway through the solve, and then in the morning it's just been done, and but I missed what happened. But the guy that does that has a very calming voice. Put it on a sleep timer. Could do. Absolutely could do. Right, let's do another one with this. Do we want to? I don't think I want to take out the third career fair. They were really good there. So we're just going to continue playing with 46 cards. Like an absolute G. I have the same issue. I watch Andre's stream. Wait, do you watch Andre's? Oh, we've got Jemison. Sick. Do you watch Andre's stream to fall asleep? That's kind of wild. Although I'm pretty sure I sometimes have it on in the background. I think I used to, and then I used to get too involved in it. Hey, love to see a bit of Jemmy. Uh-oh, my screen's dead. What happened? Well, hopefully you didn't see any. Hopefully I haven't downloaded anything there that I don't know how I did that. Right. I think we just keep this because I can't really focus on doing that. Andre has a relaxing voice. He does. He does have a relaxing voice. Especially when he does his like ASMR streams. Let's move my face over here. Okay. Right. What's Jeff? Oh my gosh, this is 58, 59, 64 card Jemison. Is this gonna be big ob but in Jemison? Wild if so. Well, I think we can just go and challenge that. What's the worst that this could be? I have no idea. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna eat that with a crew. Are we gonna eat that with a crew now? We could do. No, I'm just gonna run HQ. We missed anything spicy in the downloads? Hopefully not. Well, that can go in the bin. Oh, I've put us way too low on money there. It was a really good thing I drew into exactly a Dirty Laundry. Do I really want to put the Wake implant all the way to the back of the deck? Unfortunately, I do. I think the rest of these cards are like too good. Like we've kind of got exactly what we wanted. So we can go like Dirty Laundry R&D. I'd love to put the Hermes down first, but I can't. there's a counter on this one here. Kind of need to go and get rid of this wall-to-wall because it's going to give them money, but okay. Second remote. Standoff. Fine. I might trash this, you know. Do I want to trash a class act? They could then just trash this. I'm going to trash a class act. I want to not give them money. Let's have a proper standoff. Let's see if you're prepared to... Oh, you were prepared. Oh, no. Okay, well, you've got rid of your econ engine. Unfortunately, we've got rid of our draw engine, so that could be a problem. But let's just see what we've got here. Success. This does stuff. Okay, it's a triple. Advanced cards and X equals the advancement requirements of the agenda, just forfeit. Okay. That's a triple. What are you doing with that? I got Jemison for Janksgiving. While that was on theme, it felt too boring since I also got Urtica. Oh yeah, that's like Jemison is pretty ultimate like Janksgiving combo. Janksgiving like thing, but yeah, you don't want to also get Urtica. Because then you can run free Urticas, right? You have to run free Urticas, in fact. And then that just kind of builds itself. I don't know if Cold Lava's still in the chat, but Cold Lava had something really spicy going on for theirs. What is going on? Oh, are they boosting this tree line? Surely not. Right, fine. I think for a second there. Is this doing the big Atlas combo? Is this where you... But how do you... I don't... Which big Atlas combo is this in terms of Jemison? Because, like, it's quite easy to get, like, a 2-counter Atlas just using O-Birth. Maybe I'm missing something. Unless it's doing, like, Biotic. Plus that, plus success. I got Lady Liberty outfit. So that is what I'm doing. Can you play? Are you allowed to play Triple Lady? Is that like one per dex? Is that like out of the rules for Janksgiving? Because that's quite a roll, if so. Like really quite the roll. Especially what happens with regulatory capture and Lady Liberty. You can like you need 2 Liberty counters, right, to score it because it's done on advancement because it's done on number of points that it's worth. So that's really sick. The 6 counter nonsense for other decks enabled with Red Planet Couriers. Yeah. I was told I had to play Triple Lady. Well, fucking hey. Let's go. Okay, SDS. Potentially a problem. If they if they do this with success, I think it doesn't. I think it gets them like 2 counters. Right. We need to be able to steal that. That means we need a... Okay. 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 So we could get in next turn. We can go crew, revolver, run it. And then clear the tag. which is particularly good in case they happen to have an archer in the meantime. I mean, yeah, but also this is the last time I will ever get a chance. I also roll Boomerang, the back cookbook Lou. Holy shit. That seems disgusting. You only get 5 extra influence, right? So you've got 3 copies of the back, 3 copies of Boomerang. Well, that seems like pretty great. And then you could play what, like 2 Simmel chips? And a Fenris or something? That seems pretty busted. Like really pretty busted. How bad is it to have to lose our revolver to this SDS? It's like quite bad. So we go 1, 2, run it, take a tag, trash this, steal this, and then clear the tag. Kind of scary to lose. Not gonna lie, it's kind of scary to lose our revolver. But if they get a second piece of ice there, then we're like a bit boned. Let's draw once. Pinhole is no good, unfortunately. We can draw again. Doof is interesting. We can delete this HQ ice. I think we just put down... We definitely don't want to put down the revolver. So we either show the crew. I think we put down the devil charm. I don't really want to show the crew yet. You only have a Hermes installed. You can still face check without revolver. No, I don't want to put the revolver down specifically because I don't want them to have a way of cheekily scoring out this SDS. I could still face check, you're right. I kind of don't want to res this ice yet, though. I want to bounce it with Hermes. Like, we don't really have that many programs that we can afford to just bin off, which is annoying. We have 1 spare Amakua and 1 spare Leech. So if we could draw into one of them, that would be ideal. Like, the Leech would be absolutely ideal, because we can go Leech. No, we can't quite do that, actually. I was going to say we wouldn't need to take the tag off the crew. Maybe that's still fine. No, because if they had Oberth, then they'd be able to score out the SDS. I was just thinking, like, we could go, like, so if we draw into a Leech, we can go install Leech, Okie dokie. Cool. I'm not on Shesford, no, because I'm on Leech instead. Okay, so that's an Oberth. So now I need to go and get this, unfortunately. The other option is we doof them. We could doof them. So that would be install crew, doof. Then we could pinhole whatever this thing is, which is probably an Oberth. Kill the logjam, steal the eminent. Yeah, we can do that, but then we bounce it to HQ and we can't get into HQ because we don't have a way of getting through the tree line. So I'm like more tempted to open up HQ and doof, and then potentially get rid of what I assume is an O-Birth protocol. Let's do that. I don't know if this is correct or not, but curse stream title. Yeah, kind of. Oh, if this is a sans, no. Oh gosh. I was like, no, it's not a Sansan. Of course, it's not a Sansan. It is a sodding Sansan. Wow. Wow. How did I like call that at the last minute? Do we just breach here? Do we doof them for 1 credit? I think we just breach, right? Sick. We will bounce the SDS back to hand. And then we'll run R&D. No, we're just going to see. We can't steal the SDS. We know it's... Oh, sick. We'll steal that as well. 12 years later. Still ducking ciphers. Yeah. This is like... This was the main thing about Sansan, right? It was like your best way as NEH and all the other things to duck an account siphon, because you're like, well, you know, you think you're going to steal 5 credits of my money. You're not. Hostile. Wow, gets to score this. We don't even get a bounce. Brutal. There was another one in there. We could have stolen that. That would have been cool. Jemison kill. I mean, I don't think this is a classic, as you'd call it, in any state of fashion. If they don't protect HQ, then we might just go mining for this. Okay, they do protect HQ. Right, let's draw. None of them are very good things. So I guess let's see what's on the top of R&D. We'll trash that with bad pub. We'll see what's on the top of R&D again. We'll trash that with bad pub. We'll see what's on the top of R&D again. Oh, that's annoying. And well, I can't really afford to get this Earthrise down now, so that's a problem. Probably shouldn't have trashed for too big to fail. Like, taking a bunch of bad pub is probably just fine. We're going to get rid of his Hermes. We'll get rid of one of these Earthrises. I could have also just letting them give me the bad pub, and then I could go trash for Sansan for bad pub. It's a Trojan. Oh, it's a wake-up call. Oh, and we've just thrown out a Hermes. Oh, that's our last Hermes. Okay, if we suffer 4 meat damage, we potentially lose our revolver and 1 boomerang. I don't super care about... Oh, I think we have to trash this Hermes. That's a problem. Literally as we throw the last one out as well. That's upsetting. Okay, they've got a hedge fund in hand, but not playing it, which is interesting. You could play the Earthrise, simply call correct with credentials and break with bad pub. Maybe. You going to show me what's in here? So this is possibly... So we might go like revolver. We could go credentials, revolver, boomerang. No, can't make it. So we could go credentials here. We could trash for Sansan using the pinhole. What if this isn't an agenda? Because I think this is the SDS. We know they've got a hedge fund in hand and they didn't play it. It's either SDS or nothing. I mean, it could be a Rashida, which we don't really want them to have. If we can get in here, then we could go and bounce it. Can't get in there. I am a bit worried about this Sansan. So we either draw. Let's draw once. That's potentially good. We can steal SDSs now, so that's nice. They now have a target to trash with an SDS, so that's nice for them. Like, surely if this was a free one, or any of the other agendas that you could score, you'd just leave it in hand, right? So I think this is the SDS. And like next turn, we probably boomerang the border control and go and try and get it. Oh, that's even better. Now, oh, we don't have a Hermes to bounce. Right. Right. Sure. No doubt. Oh, well, there we go. We could also just do it that way. I mean, you must be like, there's a lot of 1-pointers in here and 0 point. There's a lot of agendas for a big deck. SDS in remote. Yeah, I don't want to do the maths on exactly how many. What if audacity? Yeah, maybe. But they kind of go pretty poor to do that. I guess they get to 4 points and then they have a Sansan. Hermes did a fair bit there. What I quite liked is that I've been playing around with actually using that second ability of Eminent in some games when I'm playing like decks with Eminent Domain, because everyone forgets about that ability. It has 2 abilities on it. And obviously one of them is like far stronger than the other, but the other ability is actually pretty relevant at times. Especially into Hermes matchups. What am I, Marona? Bam. So I wonder if they were on like free. I also quite like oh, we've got Hill. Eternal Sicko in the house. Playing some Asa. Oh my gosh, free doof. We can't keep that, unfortunately. Oh, that's quite a bad opening hand. Wowzers. This really might be click for free, install, class act. It's either that or it's challenge server 1. We might challenge these servers first then. We'll look for the Rashida. That's great to force that res early. That can fire. I think now either we check server 2, but if they're resing this, then they care less about this one. So we're going to take 2, do this, and oh, wow, this is quite bad. Okay. Okay. So this is the only money in our hand, and it requires us to call correctly. Yeah, that's for Rashida. That's unsurprising. So server 2 could be an upgrade. I'll tell you what, if we get the call wrong here, hopefully they just show it. They might just show it, yes. Oh, but now that means they're going to res it. Damn. Okay. Well, that's got to be a spin doctor, right? Otherwise, you'd put it in server 1. So we can call that, like, we have to do this because otherwise we just don't have any money going forward. So we'll say that's an asset. DBS, unexpected. I mean, a lot of Hills decks are pretty unexpected, so this is unsurprising. Do we play this Wake Implant with this kind of a hand? DBS is actually a problem which we might need to deal with. Or we go Hermes, run R&D, maybe get to check server 2. Ugh. Oh no. This is really bad considering how many expensive. Wow, what do we do with our last click here? I think I have to throw out either the Docklands or the Wake. Okay, what am I throwing out? Like it's the Earthrise because like how are we ever going to get this to stick with prototypes down until we draw into like some more money? I can't throw out a revolver, I don't think. These both feel pretty important to the matchup. Yeah, we're gonna lose the prototype, unfortunately. Like, kind of quite hard. Like there's currently like that might well be what server 2 is. No, I think you res it. You res it before the wage workers, right? So server 2 could be warm reception, but you often want to. Oh, it was a sodding agenda. Okay. Let's bounce the HQ ice. Wow. Okay. Okay. Right, let's draw some money, please. Both good. Now I want the Earthrise. I'm going to take the Dirty Laundry. How are we feeling about UK Nats Bar? I'm very excited about UK Nats. I can run HQ here. Can't put down a Docklands pass first, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm very. Oh, oh no. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, let's draw once more. I think we just play this and like get some money. Yeah, very excited about UK Nats, to be quite honest. Not Yeti. Looking forward to seeing lots of people. And just hanging out in general. It should be a good time. In fact, it will be a good time. Okay, wage workers click. This is the Warroid tracker. Do we get to see what's on top of it? It's a warm reception. Yeah, so that's how they're protecting for warm reception. No, it's fine. It's fine. We kept our win cons, so we're just gonna win off centrals. Let's find like another dirty laundry. Okay, well, gamble is an option. We can do this. Like maybe we can just find enough stuff to just throw out to the warm reception. Like, we do possibly have to go and get rid of it. Maybe we can just bounce something from hand. Sick. I want to bounce the warm reception. Which one is it? The bottom card, right? Okay, so I think that's this one. Did I get the right one? Cool. Okay. Warroid Tracker also protects against crew if they happen to put it in front of the ice that we're trashing. So that could be upsetting. Like if they don't protect HQ, they do. Okay, I was gonna say we might well just go like install revolver, install wake. We'll lose a crew to that, which is very upsetting. Okay, we know this is a gatekeeper. That's good to know. We assume that the warm reception is back here. Uh-huh. Do I need to go and deal with this warm reception? It's really hard to say. Let's find out what this is. Federal, you cannot have that. Absolutely not. Okay, so we've got political assets out, coming out in the wazoo. Warroid trackers to protect them. Possibly also, like, skunk works. But we can get in here if we want to. We can go leech, crew, run it. Like, I don't feel great crewing, like, deleting that with a crew. That feels pretty bad. Let's try and draw for... Okay, we know this is gatekeeper. If this is a reception, how bad is it for us? Like, it's a lot of money. Sick. Hello, Cross. Do we go and trash the warm reception at this point? Because we can bounce the Warroid tracker, or do we bounce what's in server 1? I just want to get rid of this. Now I feel like they're probably actually going to put the Warroid tracker in server 1 with whatever is there. So maybe that's worse. So Hill's on DBS and Federal. They're really They've got some nonsense going on here. Touch agendas. Yeah. We're just going to touch agendas. And then we don't need to worry about prototypes, receptions, or anything. We can also doof them. No, we don't have a devil charm yet. We could build up the leech to be like doofable. Okay. They're at 7. Could one be a spin? Let's draw... Oh, turtle is good. That means that that's a second career fair going to the bottom of the deck, I feel. But... Oh, I kind of feel like we have to trash that. That's upsetting. Ablative barrier, when you've just trashed your spin doctor, feels bad. But at least we probably... Does crew not land a doof? It will only land a doof if we either have enough leech counters or a devil charm. Ideally a devil charm so that we don't get like blown out by a Mavirus, but it would right now it would have to be exactly Mavirus in server 1. I guess we should probably go and check server 1. There's a biotic. Okay. We've got 2 things coming in here. We get to see a Luminal, makes sense. So they get a wage workers click from this, then they probably click for 3 credits, get a wage workers click from that. What do we bounce here? The ice on HQ? Seems correct. Crew tag, yeah, crew tag. So we still need enough money. So much that just ridiculous turn. What a silly turn. Okay. So we could run R&D. We should probably check server 1. I feel like it might well be... Okay, well that's good. We now can just find out what it is. It's a San. People out here ducking deuce like it's 2000 and whatever. See you later, not yay. Nice to have you drop in. That is wild. I think we run this and force them to res for Warroid. We can't really afford to trash for Warroid though. So we could just run R&D. I don't want them to get... Today is San Day. Yeah. One of these is an ablative, which is the upsetting fact of the matter. Okay. Okay, worrying. Like I might need some chaff to throw away to the Warroid tracker. I also possibly need a bones ASAP. This is where I wish I was on like whatchamacallits. What do they do? They clicked for money. That makes sense. I think we run server 1 to force them. Let's draw once. Doof is okay. Doof is okay. Maybe we just... Oh, no, because they can duck the Doof here. I guess if they duck the Doof, thinking... If they duck the Doof by resing the Sand, then they can't res the tracker, right? But they could just res whatever's on HQ plus the tracker. Doof through the gate. Yeah, I mean, it might also be ablative. Tracker's upsetting. Oh, they're so close. They're wondering if it's do forecasts. That's really funny. You're so Hill. When you watch this back, you're so close. It's very, very funny. Either that or you're screen sniping me. Can't tell what to do here. I think I keep the Earthrise, and then we draw. Okay. Now we can like just bravado HQ. This feels okay. Like, this is just good money. We see a drafter, we see a Bran. Okay, they're expensive. We should probably be getting rid of this DBS. We could do now. No, we can't. So we might run server 1 and force them to res for Warroid Tracker and then bounce. I don't know what we're throwing out from our hand here. I'm just doing this because they can't res both of these right now, and I just want them to not be able to res the Sansan. So we will bounce here. That's absolutely fine. I think we get rid of the Wake Implant. We might actually get rid of a crew here. I've got 1 bones in the deck, Cinderin, so like I would love to find that. Keeping the Earthrise there and not installing the Earthrise there is potentially an error. But we can wait until this cast. Like, my kind of plan is to keep them poor enough that we get to a point where I can just trash the casts and the class act to the Warrior Tracker. Right? Like, unless they get a second Warrior Tracker there, which could be a problem. Regolith, that's a problem. We can't really let them have that. We could doof now. No, because I can still just duck. So funny. It's like such a good thing to duck with. Let's draw a Bravado. Oh, gosh. Maybe we take the second Hermes here. Like, the doof feels really bad right at this moment. Let's go here. Let's hope it's not the ablative. Oh, it is. Now they put a Rashida here. Yeah, so now we have to go and get rid of this. Which is maybe okay. We'll break this. I think we might trash for Hermes and then put this Hermes back down next turn. So if we go in here and trash the Warroyd, trashing 2 things, we can trash the Rashida. Oh, I can't really get it. I mean, I have to go and deal with this now. So, like, there's not really an option. I mean, I do have a link, but I don't have the money to, like, deal with this, if so. So we'll get rid of this. Cost us 4. Oh, we can't afford to trash for Sansan. That's really upsetting. We'll trash this and this. And then we'll see the Rashida, which we'll trash for 1. We can afford to trash for Sansan, but that's probably incorrect. We just have to leave it. Is it cheaper to pay 3 for the trace? Like, we genuinely, I don't think we can afford to. I guess if we weren't going to trash this Sansan, then, like maybe. I guess, like, yeah, paying 3 for the trace was probably better. Because now we're going to install this Hermes, which is technically costs us 3, right? Oh, I really wanted to trash this Sansan. Yeah, my maths was out there. At least, like, what they can't res it and score, right? So that's good. Yes. They paid. Okay. So they can duck probably like 8 credits worth, which is actually quite a lot. We could run R&D. We could put down the wake, run HQ. Yeah, I think we probably just have to win now, or like try to win anyway. Just doof. Yeah, they just duck it. It's like kind of useless. Hopefully we just lose the doof and then we don't have to worry about it. That's our second crew. That's actually a really big issue. If this is ablative, then that's a shame. It's not. We see a Bran and a Drafter. They are still there. We'll draw. Pinhole's like potentially pretty good. Let's draw again. Oh, now we get a Bravado. Why do we care if they duck it? They can't score. Because it's a really bad run for us. Like, if they res a Sansan and it costs us 3 credits, and because like if they can res the ice as well, I'm not totally sure we will draw money is the problem. Okay, they're gonna turtle up here. We're like in trouble. I think we need to take 3 credits. What's in server 2? We take 3 credits and we bravado R&D before we get like locked out. Oh, we only need to take 1 credit actually. Should be okay here. Like exactly. Ooh, can we break a Bran? We can do like 1 click. Sick. We'll see an extra card here, and we'll win. It's always the option to just touch cards. It's so hard. You need to watch this one back. Your call was almost 100% on. uh, when I was thinking, and you were doof or casts, it was doof or fries. Yeah, like close to bang on. Just steal the agendas. Next running game. Yeah. Paul seemed like a doof thinking moment. Yep, exactly that. Exactly that. We seem to be running into Sans left, right, and center tonight. Ducking doofs like it's 2004. Oh, Netrunner, autocorrect ruining jokes is like the worst. Totally. It's funny actually because we haven't really seen like San Asa, but I remember cooking it for Throwback like years ago. Or not yet. Well, when Throwback was first done, which was like White Blade did a Throwback tournament, and I cooked a bunch of decks for it, and Asa with Sansan was just busted back then. I was protecting my wage workers with them too. Nice. Thanks for the game. Maybe we should cook some Asa San Asa. Like, I guess it's just not as good as Hollow Man, but kind of cool for sure. Hill's a lovely person. It's always nice to play against Hill. They cook some really wild Eternal decks. Speaking of, we've got some Eternal going on right now. And unsurprisingly, Hill jumps in there quick smart. Is there anything we want to change in this deck? It's kind of doing fine, right? Like, I mean, I think we've won all the games tonight, right? So I don't think we need to change anything. Like, I'd still like to cut one card, but I don't know for the life of me what it is. And realistically, I'd like a second pinhole. I mean, realistically, we all know it's the third career fair, but I'm not doing that. So, like that's probably where the problem is here. We can do one more, and then unless Dane gets back to me pretty quick, then Eternal might have to be for another day. I still think we just doofed. They duck it once, and we draw Econ or another to headlock. Yeah, the problem is that they like if they res that Santai, if they've got a really good reason to res it. Yeah. Go ahead, Matt. I'll delay or I'll stop anyone else joining. Stop. As long as you don't mind playing it. I assume this is Matt. It seems like it would be. Shall we like? This is where we pivot and we play something else. We play like Spark Kit or something. We've got Built to Last. Could be terrifying. Okay, we've got a Leech in the opening hand, which is actually good. Falsified is okay. Early Docklands is actually pretty good. I would just love a little bit more money. I think I'm actually going to keep this because the early Docklands is like so good against Built to Last. Assuming this is, yeah, maybe this is an incorrect keep. It doesn't really quite have the money we want, and there's no turtle. Snap keep, says Meteor. Interesting. What makes it a snap keep in your mind? Like, if it had a career fair as well, it'd be a snap keep. We do get to threaten a lot. Like, that is why I like it. And we're going to get value from, like, wherever we do this dirty laundry, we're going to get leech value, which feels nice. Have we got a classic install, then realize that we should have hedge funded first? I will allow a take back if so. Ooh, we see an Ashar. We can break that with a turtle. It's kind of annoyingly expensive though. Okay, so that is a Rashida, or a wall-to-wall. It's probably a wall-to-wall, right? So we might like threaten here. Okay. I think we just leave the spin doctor. We might get punished by like an early audacity, which would be a shame, but I think that's okay. DRM for an eminent? Probably for an eminent, right? Do we want to get this Earthrise down? It puts us down to like 3 credits. It's quite bad. No, we're going to do it anyway. We're going to draw a Bravado or a Dirty Laundry next turn. Right? Probably. DRM, I think, means that they're on eminent domain. But I could be incorrect. What's this? Just an NGO, which they... Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not... Yeah, it's just an NGO. They can totally afford to give us the expose. They res it. Good practice. Okay, let's draw for a Dirty Laundry or a Career Fair. That seems good enough. We could do the Hermes, then run, then get down the Career Fair. We might lose to... This isn't going to be like a built to blast style one, is it? Hard to say for sure that it's not going to be. If so, I die this turn. Yeah, the DRM is interesting. So we can stop that by pressuring HQ, but they also probably don't want to jam behind a single piece of ice, I would assume. I should have run the NGO front. That was a mistake. Well, I guess actually giving them... It's like it's a click for 3 credits. Yeah, maybe I should have run it. Yeah, we'll expose that. We could die here. We could. We haven't. Or we haven't yet, anyway. So this... Do they advance it is the question. They advance this. So this could be an eminent. Let's see what we draw into. Really, unfortunately, we can't afford to do turtle, then falsified. We'd have to do falsified, install turtle, run archives, run server 1. Do we think it's an agenda or do we think it's a Rashida, and which of those do we want to get more? Or do we just run? They've got a bunch of money. Call the agenda. It is the eminent. So I think we can go turtle, run archives, run server 1 if it's... I think we need at least one more run here. Hopefully this isn't border control. Oops, no, not there, not there. I think we can break a tree line. We can break an Afshar. We can break a Hortum. Sick. We'll steal that. I think we bounce. I think we bounce the remote. Okay. No free archer for you. Oh, Axu, how was your Eternal game? Axu was playing against Jeff tonight, I believe. Did you rock out your MTI? When's the Eternal stream? Well, I was hoping that Dane was going to message me and say that they were ready to play, but they haven't, so I assume that they aren't. Yeah, we'll see what it is. Yeah, we could get second leech going. Feels kind of okay. I think we have to challenge this NGO front sooner rather than later. Double doofs. So we could run archives. Let's get rid of this. Oh, we know HQ's an Ashar. So we can just doof here. It's like vaguely okay. Or we could put down leech and then doof. So you played MTI, did MTI, and then you died to combo ob. Yeah, I mean that's classic Eternal, right? Like die to combo ob. Yeah, it's Afshar. We know it's Afshar. They should res because it's actually taxing. We'll break this one. We'll let it go. We're gonna like bring that down at some point. Eternal can be hard. Absolutely. Okay, we've brought them down to like close to our money. We've got double leech going here. So this is quite rude. We could just doof them again next turn. We could go like doof, run R&D. We really want like a bravado, to be quite honest. Like doof, bravado server 1, maybe even just bravado server 1 is like quite a sick play here. Okay, they're looking to purge. What do we think this is? Probably Spin Doctor, right? So here we might doof. We might run what we assume is the spin. We then doof for the rest of their money. Just so they can't res all of this ice. Because now it's... Ooh, do we trash that? I think we do. Eternal seems hard because power level is so high. Yeah, the... Doof again and it's Jova. Why? Why would you say that? Let's draw a bravado. Let's draw a bravado. Let's do this and run server 1. The wildest thing about Eternal is that the decks, a lot of them tend to be like quite fast decks, but you spend a lot. You can play like games which are about 6 or 7 turns, but they will take as long as like any other game. It's interesting that they protect here. I guess like Not putting the actual drawdown? Yeah, definitely should have done that. Let's draw for a career fair first, or a bravado. Career fair or bravado, please. Yeah. Deal with whatever this is. Then we can put the Earthrise down. Like, we can't let them have a Charlotte. Okay. We're trying to bait into Hammer. Is the Hammer really that? We lose our Hermes, don't we? If we Oh no. Whoops. I'm breaking that. No. My bad. Clicked wrong. Let's do -1 of this one. Yeah, I don't think Hammer is the worst here. Like here they have 5 credits. We can just draw into Symmetric Breaker. Hammer bait feels fine. Yeah. Like we lose this Hermes and we take attack. I don't think we care about that. We have more Hermes, right? We haven't thrown any out yet. Would quite like a class act. Okay, hedge fund. You don't like seeing Hermes go, but caught back at 0 again. You don't like seeing the Hermes go. Right, I see what you're saying. So you don't like seeing the Hermes go, but the corp would be back at 0. Yeah, exactly. Like, which I think is like an acceptable trade. Let's see if they hide this. They do. Yeah, exactly. If we can force like some, we also want to. I think we want to force the reses. It's always kind of hard to know with Hermes. Well, that's kind of disgusting, isn't it? We could put them both down. I think we check this remote first. We might hold on to them until they purge. Because, like, Matthias might think he's safe to purge next turn, and he is so unsafe to purge. I guess, like, we then don't have to use the Devil Charm for the Afshar, which is cute. Oh. Why, hello. Let's take that. And we'll bounce this. We'll draw one for a Dirty Laundry. We could have used that to find out what it was. We see a Horton. Have to just bear in mind. Let's draw once more. I have to bear in mind Horton. Can't break a Horton with a turtle. Well, we can. We can't break a triple advance. Do I need to send an Enigma machine there so you can pass my messages together? Yeah, normally. Okay. Install an R&D. Could be the Horton. Advanced. Still could be the Horton. So here we could break open HQ. It's whether that's worth doing. Oh, well, that is the Horton. But now we put both of these down and we go R&D. So we go 1, 2, 3, Dirty Laundry R&D. One, 2, 3, Dirty Laundry R&D. Absolutely disgusting. Like, this kind of behavior is absolutely disgusting. Surely they have agendas built in hand. They only down one. And they don't res here, like, kind of correctly. Okay, border control is good to know. I wonder if that goes on the remote. Well, normally, like, you might put that on HQ, but, like, with 2 doofs out, you possibly don't. It's also really bad into crew. They probably do have agendas in hand, so maybe we can just bounce this this quadruple iced quadruple advanced ice. What do? They purged. So we can take a tag. So running HQ will cost us 3, 5, like 5 when it comes to like removing the tag. But it's kind of fine. Oh, we get it back with the dirty laundry, so we'll do that because I think that's fine. We just go Docklands. Like, this is why we're on crew. Like, one of the reasons that it has multiple options. So we go continue to encounter. We will not bust this. We'll just take one tag to give it -1. We'll break the end of run. We see a slash and burn, so that can get bounced. We see an audacity. That's good to know. We'll run R&D. Now that we've opened it up again, we see another Horton and we'll remove the tag before we forget to. And like, we're back in it with counters. Whenever they advance, they scream no hammer or PCA. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that to me, if you're immediately doing, like, that's the time when you really actually want to use an eminent domain to like res an archer. I think we do clear the tag. I think, as much as let's make them pay 2 credits to trash a crew, like, crew is too good here to not. Like, we might bust open HQ this turn. Ooh, that overinstall in here. Yeah, crew's still here. We didn't use it to trash the archer, the Afshar. We just used it to drop the strength. Let's find a class act. Sick. Sometimes we're just good. I wonder if I want to force this res on R&D, or whether I'm happier to just let it slide. Kind of wish I was on a reprise. I think we run it because we can always just like trash it. And we very may well just trash it. So this is the Horton, which I think we probably trash here. We don't have to use the Devil Charm, so we won't. Trash that. We see an Aket. I think we're going to go back for one more load of counters, because this is just ridiculous now. And then we'll get this down to draw a ton of cards. We got a Bravado for next turn. That seems pretty good. We found our next copy of the crew. That seems pretty good. Expose 1, yeah. Like, this is disgusting. Like, really quite disgusting. I'm feeling quite sorry for Matt right now. Right, we assume that that's the Aket, which we're going to probably install this crew and then Bravado. Will we have enough credits? We will have exactly enough credits to do that. The funny thing is that we kind of don't want a Bravado. Because then there's one less ice. We might actually Bravado the remote. No, I guess we Bravado archives if we Bravado anywhere. Or we Bravado HQ. Just to get some money back. I guess it's still kind of fine. Yeah, screw it. Like, maybe we don't trash this. There's a chance that we don't get rid of this one with the crew. We just actually go through it. Oh, we don't even have to. We'll trash an NGO front. That seems like a good trash. We'll draw one. I should take the wake because then we can just close out. But like really, the wake is the correct thing here, and then we just delete this. Oh yeah, I should have taken the wake. Then we could have deleted the Afshar and just charged up the wake and gone for one big run on R&D with a like boomerang, knowing that we're pretty safe. Don't trash the Aket until they advance it. Yeah, maybe true. It does cost us a few more leech counters then. Okay, so this looks like an NGO front. It probably is an NGO front. Let's draw a bravado. I don't think that we need the misbones. Let's do this to say asset on here. It is an NGO front. So we could go and trash that. I wonder if we need to. I think we don't need to. Let's run R&D. You can res this if you want. It is an Aket. I think we don't trash this. I think correctly. This is not an issue right now. We can just break it all. They have 8 credits, not 0 credits. We see a border control, and then we'll draw a boomerang. It's kind of unnecessary in this. Like maybe do they purge now? If they do, then we've got boomerangs. We threw wake. Yeah. We possibly should have kept the wake, but I just didn't want to. Like I had a career fair and I wanted the daily card. We'll draw back into the wake, don't worry. Be fine. It'll be fine. Like here, if they don't install something in server 1, we're running HQ because I think that they've probably got something in HQ by now. Second piece of ice here. That's fun. Let's draw for a bravado. Neither of them are any good at all. No, thank you. We'll break the end run. That one can fire. We'll see two. We see an audacity. We know it's there. Logjam. Okay. HQ looks clean. We'll draw one. Oh, there's our bravado. We might bravado last click here. Seems fine. Like, I don't mean there's anything that hurts us. In fact, I know there's nothing that hurts us. We've got a Devil Charm installed. No, thank you. Tree line. Okay. So the tree line, they could get stuff. The tree line is fine, actually. If they get stuff which is, like, really, really big, then we just boomerang it. Use boomerang to shuffle the deck is now correct. Yeah. Just actually using it as a shuffle is, like, not a bad shout. So we know they've drawn. I've immediately forgotten what we saw on the top. Can't remember. Tree line. We know they've drawn a tree line. Okay, so now we delete this Aket. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Because otherwise it gives them credits every time we run through it. And it gets annoying. We think that this outside ice is probably border control. No, the border control must be on the remote, surely. Let's draw for a bravado. Do we still have bravados to draw for? There is one bravado. So let's draw for the bravado. Neither of them. Will. Yeah, remote probably is border control. I would assume so. So here we'll not remove the devil charm. 2, 0. Trash. We still in Oaktown. GG and apologies. That felt like a straight up bullying session. Yeah, I mean that kind of shows what this deck is meant to do. So I guess depends on your thoughts of whether that was a good thing or not. uh, I just couldn't. Yeah. It really showed what the deck is trying to do. To be honest, lose con 419. Jump back in, Matt. Yeah. Never apologize for winning. Matt was nice enough to say, I think I've got a deck. I'll come on and play you. And like this 419 that was just a grinding into the ground. Like, yeah, Bancroft Steve can do a very similar thing. I mean, it's tricky because like obviously you could also do this in Steve, and then you would have 5 crews instead of 3. Is that better? I don't know. Like the combo of Amakua plus the crew just feels like too good. Because I mean this is true. We might not need other breakers, but I guess if we're against decks which might run the virus, that's when you need other breakers. But we've played 4 games tonight, and I don't think we've installed a single breaker that wasn't turtle. Right? Like if you went with like 3 boomerangs, maybe you go with 3 boomerangs and like an alarm clock, and you just take out the breakers entirely. You possibly play like 1 copy of something to deal with like hammers. I hope to go quicker, but never had the chance. Yeah. I mean, it was just. I think we did draw like double diversion very, very early, and obviously you had like 16 credits after turn 1 or something like that. But then just like we could keep you down for long enough that you never had a chance to res any of these other ice on archives or R&D. So we can just always kind of keep pressuring. But yeah, like we're never going to let you get a Charlotte is the plan, because that's obviously a very big swing. Then if we don't have like the tools to pressure like an early Charlotte behind like 1 or 2 pieces of ice, then we're in a problem. I think you need gun for Jinteki Glacier. Yeah, possibly. Like I'm on 1 revolver and like that's it. It's like you kind of don't want to take that out just in case you come up against decks with hammer, but you don't have a devil charm and a crew down for even. Or yeah, just like you don't want to face check into a Nancy. Like you might just want Carmen for those decks more, because you just probably delete the Anansi's, and I guess you can probably deal with the Sysentans with Turtle, hopefully. Yeah, maybe like you possibly keep a crew around, and then you can always deal with a Sai Sentan. So yeah, maybe just a revolver is fine for that. Like you can deal with Anansi's like twice, um, and you delete them on sight, and everything else in that deck. Like I guess the brands are a bit annoying. Um, right, I think that's everything for tonight. I mean, that was a pretty successful showing, I think, of Crew 19. And I hope I don't have to play up against anyone playing it on JNet in the next however long, because like it can put the corp in a pretty miserable place unless you have an absolute ton of money and also a lot of ice. I have a funny feeling that Dana just texted me, but it might be too late. Oh, it's definitely too late for me to play on stream. Oh, yeah. They fell asleep. No worries. Right. Thanks everyone for joining. I think next week, I'm not sure if there will be a stream next week because I might be doing some like prep for Nats and stuff like that, and obviously like Friday, Saturday, Sunday we'll be streaming the UK Nats on this channel. If you're not subscribed already, then subscribe now, just so that you know when we're going live and everything. But yeah, we'll be streaming the Crown of Servers tournament on the Friday, the team tournament, and then the main event on Saturday and the top cut on Sunday. I've got some really good commentators with me, and I'm sure we'll have some guests dropping in, and we'll do some interviews and stuff like that as well. I'm gonna go and check my DMs because Axie told me to. That's always a worry. Axie, I haven't got anything in my DMs. What are you talking about? Like, or nothing from you. What are you? I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Thanks everyone. It's been a pleasure. I will see you next weekend if I don't end up streaming on Monday.